Happy Monday. I'd like to say the date, but I don't know it. I think it's the 7th because next Monday is Valentine's Day. So this is Monday the 7th. And yeah, we've got planets direct, lots of energies going around, but let's see what sort of uplifting or divinely timed message we have from the goddess this evening. Just trust that we are all in the flow and in the world. Okay. I guess that was it because it's kind of what was happening here. Well, okay. I guess this message sums it up. So tonight's message, talking about give yourself some grace. Tonight's message is sponsored by Mary Magdalene. Unconditional love. So giving yourself some grace, literally. And this message is about loving yourself, others, in every situation, no matter what the outward appearances may be. So, okay, there we have it. Mary Magdalene, although the Gospels never really specifically call her a prostitute or a sinner, she's a sex worker maybe. She's been called one by misogynists. Mary Magdalene nonetheless overlooks these false judgments, they are beneath her, and is unconditionally forgiving and has a beautiful, sweet energy, actually. Her significant role with Jesus, as described in the Gospels, includes washing his feet, witnessing his death, and being one of the first people to whom he appeared after his resurrection. A lot of people will say that she was his main chick, his boo, you know. And so, with that being said, controversies about other roles that she may have played include Christ's bride, a temple priestess, or a disciple. Call upon her for help with forgiveness and opening your heart to more love. Ain't that sweet? So yeah, right before Valentine's Day, I guess that is a good message to love ourselves first and foremost. Okay. And I don't know, I like the temple priestess vibe of Mary Magdalene. Sounds like she holds her own with that one instead of being, like under Christ's shadow. No offense to Christ, that's the homie, but give the lady her own little platform. So. My cat's been over here in my corner moving things around. So, anyway, go ahead and take a nice deep breath. And gently begin to close the eyes if you haven't done so already. Instead of trying to control all that is happening outside and within, just give yourself a moment to observe, to just be, to notice, to feel, sense, to be a part of the whole experience of all that is happening right now. Just noticing all that is happening outside of the four walls that you are in, allowing your senses to awaken. Noticing all that's happening around you, outside of your home, within your home, within your room or physical space that you're in. As you begin to observe and notice your physical surroundings and that outside of yourself, give yourself, your space, some grace and compassion, knowing that right here, right now, you can only control so much. And the most important thing that you can control in this moment is your breath. Getting deep on the inhale, expanding the belly, the heart space, the mind, and as you exhale, release any tension within the mind, the heart, or the belly. Repeating this flow a few more times. Inhale, expanding the belly, the heart space, the mind. Taking in as much breath as possible, and then exhale, release, completely surrendering, pushing all of that old stagnant air and energy out of space, out of your body, your heart, mind. Just continuing to breathe. Whatever way feels most comfortable for you. Allowing the breath to calm you and allow you to just slow down. Finding this place of stillness as you allow your awareness to go within. Connecting to your body, noticing how it feels to be in your body this evening. Just sending that breath, sending love, maybe a loving touch with your hand to any areas of tension or areas calling for your attention. Inviting those spaces and those places within the body to be at ease. Seeing if you can allow those spaces to just soften and relax. Beginning to tap in a little deeper as you move into your emotional space. Noticing how you're feeling this evening. You can label them or not, just observe and acknowledge your feelings. What feedback are they providing you this evening? Perhaps if you've been tired, it's time to give yourself some moments of rest, prioritizing things and letting some of the smaller details be worked out at another time, a later date. Perhaps if you've been feeling frustrated or angry, irritable, maybe there's something you're trying to control that isn't happening as you would like, as fast as you like. Breathe into that space. Lean into it. Offer yourself some grace in that particular situation or desire. For just this moment, see if you can let go. surrendering any worries or concerns, any emotional heaviness that may be weighing you down to spirit, so that you can allow yourself and this emotion, this energy in motion to flow through you with more ease. Emotional fluidity allows you to experience feelings that are moving through you without attachment. You are the experience, you become a part of it, yet detached, flexible, where it's going. Many times we resist flowing with our emotions because we assume it may take us to space unwarranted, undesirable, heavier. It is when we allow ourselves to flow as deep as we may end up going. Eventually, we find a moment to come back up for air. We see the light once again. Feel light once again. And perhaps if you've been feeling light and floating, optimistic, joyful, that also is feedback of what serves you. So in this moment, perhaps you just offer gratitude, divine feminine, the creation of this joy, this happiness that has come to you. What feedback are your feelings offering you this evening? What wisdom, guidance, or insight can you extract from these feelings so that you can elevate your perception, expand your awareness, your consciousness, and see things from a higher viewpoint, seeing the bigger picture? Anything that's been running through the mind, just take a deep breath. And allow those thoughts to just flow, like clouds passing over you. It may be one thought, several thoughts. Just allow them to flow through the mind. You'll feel yourself eventually elevating your awareness even higher as you move beyond your physical, emotional, mental space up into the higher dimensions and realms of consciousness. Perhaps you find yourself or feel yourself accessing a portal of energy, sweet and beautiful, graceful yet powerful energy. a source, a spring of divine feminine essence. And in correlation to this evening's message of unconditional love from this source, this magical place of opportunity, healing, alchemy, creativity, begin to see or sense the light and the shades of gold and pink intermixed together. And this beautiful gold and pink light begins to flow to you through all time, space, dimensions, reality. And as it slowly approaches the crown of your head, make sure your crown is on open, receptive, holding your crown high. You allow this light to flow into it. It begins to ease your worries and cares, all the stuff that's in your head begins to settle as this pink and gold light begins to take up space within the mind. And as you focus on this light, breathing it in, ushering it down over the face, into your jaw, releasing the tongue from the roof of your mouth and allowing the jaw to soften even more. The neck begins to relax. This beautiful, soft, gentle, loving light flows down to the shoulders, just releasing you from any responsibilities or obligations for this time. You can always pick them back up later. Just give yourself permission to let go. Feel this pink and gold light soothing every worry, concern, every sensation in the body, any feeling that comes up as it flows down the arms, into your hands and your fingertips. This beautiful, loving light will fill your entire heart space. Not only the human heart within the center of your chest, but the spiritual heart that lies energetically behind it. Feel yourself resting into the essence of your spiritual heart. Maybe even feeling yourself just leaning back a bit as if an angel is behind you, holding you, comforting you. As this light travels down into the belly, dissolving any power struggles, any fears, any anxiety. It's as if this golden pink light is a balm that just soothes you from the inside out. It's calming. Its light radiates a sense of peace, acceptance, compassion, grace. Then you'll allow this light to flow down into your womb, filling everything from your ovaries and fallopian tubes and uterus to your cervix. Your entire pelvic bowl is filled abundantly with this golden pink light, releasing, diminishing any old stagnant emotions that may have been pressed down into this space. This golden pink light begins to break down any creative blocks, things keeping you from feeling or being inspired or in tune with your own truth. It bathes your entire womb space in this unconditional, loving, forgiving energy. It's a blessing. A moment of healing. Breathe it in. This gentle yet powerful light can assist you in your womb healing, offering you insight, resolution, transformation from childhood issues, past relationships, lovers. Just take a moment, breathing deep into the low belly, breathing deep into the womb space, allowing this light to just do its work. It's an intelligent energy that knows what to do, where to go, and how to flow. Your job is to simply just be and breathe. As you send this loving energy into that space. Knowing that you are safe. It is okay to let go. It can be fearful and scary at times to revisit things that need forgiveness, because sometimes it brings up memories that trigger pain, heartache, disappointment, trauma. Sometimes these memories bring up feelings of unworthiness, unsafety, not good enough, too much, and all these other labels that we have taken on from others because we love them. In some way, shape, or form, at one point we loved them and we valued their opinion. We looked up to them for guidance, for safety, for love and affection. We had to perform, receive their love and affection, but this is all old experiences. And it may not always be the situation itself that causes pain, it's the emotions, the memories that we associate with it. And many times as women, we tend to push these feelings down as not to appear emotional, crazy, overly sensitive. But it is through these feelings, through these emotions, where we truly discover what serves us and what does not. It empowers us, which is the complete opposite of what another's intentions for you may be. So sometimes to take back your power, it requires forgiveness. Sending that situation, sending that person, sending yourself, whether a child or an adult or somewhere in between, sending you some love. So that you can truly heal and clear the imprints. The memories may still be there, but the emotional trigger, the chaos surrounding, charge of that memory becomes less and less. And in this process, you return to your fullness, the beauty that lies within you begins to shine brightly, begin to glow from the inside out. Because you remember that you are the embodiment of divine feminine. You are a woman filled with beauty and grace, love and compassion. You are strong. You have boundaries. You are focused. You use your feelings as feedback. Your body is an instrument of information, constantly taking in, putting out on multiple levels. This is why taking time to love on yourself, to romance yourself, to date yourself, to please yourself is a non-negotiable. So on the next breath, all this loving light will flow down through the legs and into your feet and toes, and you will find yourself held, safe, loving light, pink and gold all around you. Notice this light above you, below you, in front of you, behind you, to your left, to your right. It's as if you are in a cocoon of light. As you take a deep breath, just allow yourself to settle in. This beautiful, sacred space that is always here for you, that you have created simply with your intention and your imagination. Unconditional love. Where can you extend a little grace? Love yourself. Show yourself a little more love this evening. You're being guided, reminded, power of loving yourself, loving others in every situation, no matter what the outward appearances may be. Sending love to a particular person or situation does not mean it's right or wrong. It does not even mean you have to like it. But you can elevate above. It's not necessarily taking the high road or turning your nose up at the situation. It's remembering the power that you possess. You are not the victim. You are a co-creator of your experience. When you allow yourself to accept that, you can accept your part of the situation, not all of it, just your part, your contribution, your participation in the situation or circumstance. Then from there, take responsibility for your part, can then adjust, move away, truly serves you in the highest good, not only yourself, but those involved. The goddess this evening says that she is not what most people think. Many times we are also not what most may think. But to defend ourselves would be to sink to a lower level than we are truly in alignment with. You see, just as you are, I too, the divine, am one with spirit, and it is here where I choose to reside. Low levels of bickering, judgment, chaos, gossip are just that, low levels of being. I choose. You too can choose to do your work from the level of the higher consciousness where love reigns supreme. It's here where the most good can be done. And therefore, I urge you to do the same. Where you dwell in consciousness is where you truly reside. Where you dwell in consciousness is where you truly reside. So where are your thoughts? What are the quality of your thoughts right now? Focus your thoughts on the good, even if it's something trivial. Allow it to bring you joy, amusement, even just a little bit. So this will dissipate any heaviness. It will get the energy moving and shifting in your favor and rise above all appearances otherwise. There's no need to fear. You rise rise above. There is no need to descend, for others will soon be inspired by your example. It is a disservice to yourself and to others to lower your vibration, your frequency, to match that of another, just to simply prove a point. As a woman, you have the power of wit and creativity. You have the gift of being able to see a bigger picture. This offers you something that you can leverage. Mind is a very powerful thing. When you combine a creative mind, an intuitive spirit, all of a sudden, magic begins to happen. Things begin to shift and move in your favor, either away, which may appear as a loss. But really, what's moving away or what's ending is simply making way because something better is coming. You've attracted it. You've done the work. You've become better, so you attract better. Allow yourself to forgive, let go, so the energy can flow and you can move forward, move on. Grace, dignity, integrity, truth, clarity, worthiness. Imagine yourself as the queen that you are, the sovereign being that you are. Straighten your crown, hold your head and your standards up high. And then take a deep breath, moving forward, empowered in truth. And with love. Various meanings and interpretations for tonight's message of unconditional love is to let go of any worries what others may think or say. You can apply this to situations in the past. Sometimes things have happened and we find ourselves using our imagination to wonder and stir up scenarios of what may or may not have been said, what others may or may not think. And sometimes we use our imagination in future experiences. finding ourselves daydreaming about what someone may say or think if we do this or do that. Maybe today you feel as if others may be thinking or saying something, but in actuality, the truth of the situation is these are all just thoughts. They are just thoughts. They may or may not even be true. They may or may not have or will happen. Just breathe. Recognize those are just thoughts and allow any feelings associated with them, typically anxiety or remorse, lack of self-worth or fear, just allow those to be dissolved. Send them into the light. You can imagine tossing these thoughts or these feelings out into the space around you, and because you are in this cocoon of pink and gold light, as soon as you toss it out, it is dissolved, disintegrated, and that energy is returned back to source. Those thoughts are no longer your responsibility to figure out. Second meaning and interpretation is to heal the situation with love. Now, how does that look to you? Sometimes it's hard. Certain situations, it's hard to send love when we feel we've been wronged or hurt, disappointed, or even traumatized. But you can send yourself some love. If you've been hurt or disappointed or uncertain about a particular situation, give yourself some grace, some compassion. Love yourself, the scared part of yourself. Love the part of you that doesn't feel good enough. Love the part of you that doesn't feel worthy. Love yourself through it. Sometimes the love that needs to be sent to heal a particular situation needs to be directed at the source, ourselves. You, out of all people, deserve the loving kindness that you offer others. You are priority. You matter. You are valuable. Spirit is here, acknowledging that you are divine. You are an extension of this divine symbiosis between that above and below. Between spirit and earth, you were created in love. Release any judgments. Release any expectations of self. Where you should be, who you should be, how you should be, at wherever you are in life right now. Just let it go and just breathe. What if what makes you different or unique, or what makes you not where you should be at wherever age or place you are in life? What if that which is outside the norm, that which is not status quo, is actually a gift? What if you use that as a gift? Power, source of power that allows you to inspire others, be a way shower, a light worker, to create a shift in others' consciousness, the way they see things, the way they think, and maybe eventually, one by one, begin to inspire others, and it creates a ripple effect because you chose you to love yourself unapologetically, radically. It sparked a light in others, and now they're doing it too. And so we all ride this wave of ascension together. And you are the way show, beacon of light, because you chose to love yourself. The magic unfold, beauty, power, grace, creation that you are is able to show up more fully, take up space, inspire others. Third interpretation for tonight's message is send love to those who have hurt or misjudged you. One person may come to mind, several people may come to mind. That's okay. You're becoming aware. You're becoming more powerful because now you can see that one person or see that group of people outside of your space. And from an elevated heart space, sacred heart, you can send those love. Takes nothing from you. You are infinite love. Sending love to those people does not make them right, does not diminish any wrongdoing or harm that they have caused you. It allows you to reclaim your power because you've chosen to elevate, to ascend, to take that stone or brick that have been thrown at you and use them as stepping stones to the next level. You are wise, clever, creative. As a woman, this is your birthright. And if we choose to point the finger at those who may have hurt or misjudged you, forgive them, send them love, well, it only makes sense to forgive yourself for what you think you've done or have not done. Take a moment to explore that without judgment, but with love, knowing that sending love and unconditional forgiveness to yourself for what you have done and not done simply allows that charge, that energy, that trigger to dissolve. It's called liberation. Liberate yourself. Forgive yourself. Know that you are safe. Know that you are okay and just as beautiful, as loving, as powerful as you can ever be, even when you're feeling vulnerable, less than, self-loathing. You can also choose to love those aspects of yourself as well. This is what they call radical acceptance and unconditional love. You love yourself no matter the condition. Sometimes it is hard, depending on how deeply rooted those memories have been ingrained or those feelings and trauma has been pushed down. You can love yourself for not being able to forgive just yet. That is okay. It just means it takes a little more work, but it doesn't mean you are not capable. It just means it's not today. So release old unforgiveness towards others to help yourself heal and move forward. It's time. You deserve emotional resilience, peace of mind, joy, happiness, a newfound relationship with love, the people who give it and receive it in your life. It's time. Just breathe. Let go of what you can this evening. Forgive what you are ready to forgive and can this evening. Relax. Breathe a little deeper. Be gentle with yourself. As you take another deep, conscious breath, the utmost amount of grace and gentleness to yourself. You'll slowly and gently bring your awareness back to your physical space, back into your body. Wiggling your toes, fingers, bringing some movement, extremities, taking a nice little stretch. And of course, giving yourself some love, some acknowledgement for being here and showing up this evening and doing the work and sharing this journey with me and one another. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and come out of trance. I'm not sure what was going on there today, but got a little emotional a couple times. I guess I needed to. I was taking in the messages that I was receiving and sharing with you all. On the back end, my own self was processing. Um, and so when it comes down to the collective message, I would say that the thing that really stuck out to me, the thing that really stuck out to me in this evening's message is when I like how Mary Magdalene kind of checks folks on the low. She low key is, like with the shit of it, I guess. But yeah, the thing that I really took from this that I feel is the collective message as well is where you dwell in consciousness is where you truly reside. So when we find ourselves daydreaming or using our imagination to worry about things in the past or in the future, then where we are in that moment is where we truly reside. We are living in the past. Um, we are physically maybe in one, day, time, year, and all this, but mentally and emotionally, we may still be in the past. What that looks like in a way is when I was not quite as healed in my relationship with my mother. Whenever I would get around my mom, my best friend pointed this out. She was like, "You shrink back into that little teenage girl. You get quiet, you get real meek, you have your head down, your whole body caves in, like you just feel like you are like unworthy of being seen or heard," because that's kind of how I grew up in the Asian mother household, tiger mom household, was children are to be seen, not heard. You do this, you do that, and it was not a hey, how was your day at school? How's life for you? It wasn't that type of relationship. So for me, that's what living in the past looks like, when the past still has a hold on you, or someone brings up a particular topic. It took me a while to work through this as well, but people will talk about, say cheating or infidelity, and I would just go back, yeah, my son's father, yada, yada, yada. So it's like I still energetically was living in that state. It still got me riled up. So that's how you can tell when you have healed from past stuff. Not that it didn't happen or it wasn't a shitty situation or anything, but you take the charge out of it. And when I say charge, the charge is typically what triggers you. Um, and so when you learn to turn down the volume on the charge of the frequency, you choose a better frequency. It's like AM and FM radio or something. You choose a stronger, better, more clear frequency. And all the stuff down here kind of gets muddled out, right? It ends up being like background noise. And so that is one thing. And then when you dwell in the future, that's wondering, okay, when I do this, and you have to visualize certain things, but to sometimes dwell in the future is, oh, well, if I do this or do that, then these people are going to look at me like this. I have to check myself with that. Telling my dad I'm now in a sex, love, and relationship coaching program. It was a little weird, but it's just, he was like, go on with your bad self. But still there's that, oh, what is people gonna think? Or what does, if I say tantra, what is that going to look like? If people all of a sudden gonna think I'm just a hoe, and I'm like, who cares? Okay. But and that's not the case, but sometimes we make up these scenarios. And so where you dwell in consciousness is where you truly reside. That's why the present moment is truly a gift, because it keeps you from being swayed, like we said earlier in the beginning. It keeps you from being, swayed and here in the past and the future, and then you kind of feel a little wonky when you have to be here. So finding stillness, finding presence in your day to day. You may have to do that consistently throughout the day, but it is a practice. Meditation is a practice. It's not about perfection. It's just about being more mindful and masterful of yourself and your thoughts. So um, that is your collective message for this evening. So may you dwell in peace, love, and happiness.